Tokyo Revengers is the new generation anime that is being loved by many fans. With manga sales breaking records every month, the anime adaptation is also getting recognized by many fans all around the world. With the season 1 of Tokyo Revengers almost coming to its end, I think it's time for us to make some videos on this franchise. So, in this video, we are going to look at the top 20 most powerful characters from Tokyo Revengers. Remember that here we are not just talking about the physical strength but also about the power and the control over the n number of peoples that they have. And also this video will have some minor spoilers from the Tokyo Revengers manga, so continue this video if you are ready to get spoiled. And without any further ado, let's start with our video. On the 20th number, the character name is Tetta Kisaki. Tetta Kisaki is the main antagonist of Tokyo Revengers. He rose up to the top of Toman by manipulating Maki and organizing Hinata Tachibana's murder in multiple different futures. Kisaki is a ruthless, cunning and ambitious individual who will stop at nothing to achieve his goals. Although average in status, his power to rule with fear makes even the stronger to obey him. The entirety of his actions in his entire story revolves around becoming the most powerful and influential criminal in Tokyo. As a child, he was a timid and insecure guy. His isolation during childhood makes him develop an inferiority complex and molds him into the ruthless individual that is seen throughout the story. On the 19th number, the character name is Takamiji Hanagaki. Takamiji Hanagaki or Takemichi is the strongest protagonist and a young man who can travel back in time, a time leaper. In order to save his girlfriend Hinata Tachibana and over time everyone he comes to care about, he decides to become the top member of Tokyo Manji gang in order to do so. Over the course of the series, Takemichi has seen a notorious rise in his name as he travels to the past and gets himself involved in many fairly dangerous incidents. It has greatly bolstered his delinquent career in stark contrast with his fighting ability. As his many exploits and feats have become public knowledge with the delinquent world, it has granted him an elevation status to the point that he was a target of recruitment by some of the most infamous gangs after the Tokyo Sengoku period. On the 18th number, the character name is Chiefu Matsuno. Chiefu Matsuno is a major character who is vice captain of the 1st division of Tokyo Manji gang. Chiefu is a loyal person who sports a calm, logical demeanor. He is unwilling to leave the sides of his friends and refuses to fight those he considers close to him. He is willing to let his emotions shine when situations call for it and doesn't shy away from helping out others blindly. Even if he gets beaten up by or for friends, he still sticks by their side. He typically acts as an advisor for Takemichi and makes plans before jumping into action. He is usually composed under high pressure situations that might even cost him his life. On the 17th number, the character name is Soya Kawata. Soya Kawata is the vice captain of the 4th division of the Tokyo Manji gang. Normally speaking, Soya is an above average fighter among the members in Toman and weaker than his twin brother Nahuya. However, once something unfair or very dangerous happens to one of his friends, he starts to cry, which puts him in a state called as the crying blue orc. According to Nahuya, this state of mind makes him 100x stronger than Nahuya himself. This was proven shortly afterwards after he defeated the Haitani brothers Kaiji Mochizuku and Yoshihiro Muto with relative ease, making him one of the top strongest members of Toman when in that state. On the 16th number, the character name is Hakai Shiba. Hakai Shiba is the 2nd division vice captain of Tokyo Manji gang. He is the 2nd strongest of the 2nd division and is able to take down the average delinquent with one punch. Hakai also gave up on the comfort of being in Toman in order to help Takemichi escape from the Black Dragon. He is very old-fashioned when it comes to his mannerism and honor, feeling as if he owns the Takemichi his life by calling him Onjin, which translates to a person who you own your life to. On the 15th number, the character name is Shiba Yuzua. Yuzua Shiba is the middle Shiba sibling, the younger sister of Taiju Shiba and older sister of Hakai Shiba. Just like the rest of her family, Yuzua is physically capable of fighting. She has the strength to endure beatings from her older brother Taiju her entire life. That makes her very strong. Yuzua has also shows to be able to kick down a former Black Dragon member with a single kick. Her devotion to her younger brothers is so big that she was even willing to kill his older brother Taiju in order to take vengeance for his miserable life and him taking away Hakai's position as member of Toman. On the 14th number, the character name is Shouji Hanama. Shouji Hanama is the secondary antagonist of Tokyo Revengers. He is the right-hand man and confidant of Tetta Kisaki. Hanama can be described as an adrenaline junkie. His single purpose in life is to find excitement, taking to street violence as it means to relieve his intense boredom. However, he slowly sinks into apathy as he continues to win each and every fight without any resistance. It is for that reason that he eventually allies himself with Kisaki and cares little if the latter exploits him. Hanama is a very competent fighter. He is able to beat the number of delinquents by himself. He especially stands out in endurance. Draken called him zombie for the very reason, since it took Draken a surprising amount of hits in order to eventually defeat Hanama. On the 13th number, the character name is Seishu Inui. Seishu Inui or Inupi is the former 10th generation Black Dragon commander and the current Black Dragon vice captain. Inupi is usually a stoic and quiet individual. However, he isn't afraid to voice his thoughts and opinions even if it hurts him in the end. He is very committed to Black Dragon and loyal to Kokonoi, whom he considers his best friend. When he finds people he trusts, he devotes himself to them. He is brave but will be willing to show his vulnerable side and open up. As the former 10th generation leader of the Black Dragon, Inui had control over a massive army of strong delinquents. Later, as he becomes Taiju's assistant, he still has authority over the gang's member through the lesser extent. On the 12th number, the character name is Kakucho. Kakucho Hito was one of the 4 heavenly king of Tenjuko and Izana's confidant and right-hand man. Following the gang's disbandment, he becomes an executive of Rokuhara Tandai before finally becoming an executive of Bonten. As a heavenly king of Tenjiku and Izana's right-hand man, Kakucho's power is second only to the gang's leader. Thus, he is able to freely order its members. Kakucho's strength is acknowledged to be on the same level of the formidable Izana. He proves it through his victory against Soya Kawata while he was in the state of crying blue orb. After this takedown, he immediately defeated 3 capable fighters in one fell swoop. On the 11th number, the character name is Nahuya Kawata. Nahuya Kawata or Smiley is the 4th division captain of the Tokyo Manji gang. He is the older twin brother of Soya Kawata. Nahuya is very protective of his younger twin brother and never wants him to cry and isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. He enjoys a good fight and the strong opponent, and is extremely hard to reach for his opponent because of the constant grind on his face, which is still present whether he is mad or tired. Nahuya is loyal to his friends, but his strongest loyalty lands with his brother. He has a lot of respect for Maki too. On the 10th number, the character name is Takashi Mitsuya. Takashi Mitsuya is the 2nd division captain of Tokyo Manji gang and is one of the founding members. He is also the older brother of his 2 sisters, Luna and Mana. As the 2nd division captain, Mitsuya is shown to have some of the strongest fighting skills. He is also well known for his fighting skills among the other gangs too. He was able to eventually trade blows with Taiju Shuva for a while. Additionally, Mochi noted that he was impressed with Mitsuya's fighting skills. Mitsuya was able to take numerous punches from the powerful Taiju Shuva and also survived a blow to the head with a metal pipe from Seishu Inui, who is known for his fighting skills too. On the 9th number, the character name is Kesuke Baji. Keisuke Baji was the 1st division captain of the Tokyo Manji gang and one of its founding members. Baji has a wild personality. He loves the thrill of adrenaline, and Maki himself says that he would punch someone out of street for no apparent reason, only because he feels like it. In combat, he is never without his trademark grind. Baji is one of the strongest Toman fighters who is able to hold his own against several strong opponents by himself. His endurance is nothing to laugh at either, as he is able to fight his way past 50 enemies with a deep stab wound in his back and only having an iron bar by his side, only collapsing as he begins to suffering from anemia. Baji has incredible physical strength, and in the past, Baji was able to defeat Mandala's leader with a single punch to his face so strong that the wall he was slammed into was cracked. On the 8th number, the character name is Taiju Shuva. Taiju Shuva is an antagonist of Tokyo Revengers and the former 10th leader of the Black Dragon. Taiju is brutal, abusive and religious. He enjoys tormenting his opponents and had little care for others' well-being, even his own siblings. He doesn't care who his opponent is, even if he is facing a woman or girl. He trained the 10th generation Black Dragon gang, completely reforming it to act like an army. Taiju was very abusive towards his siblings, going so far to beat them over insignificant things. On the 7th number, the character name is Rindo Haitani. Rindo Haitani is the younger brother of Ran Haitani and a member of S62 generation. He was a member of Tenjiku before its disbandment, becoming Rokuhara Tadai's third seat afterward. As one of the strongest members of the Tenjiku, Rindo has shown to be quite an expert at wrestling, being able to take down some of the more notable members of Toman like Hakai, Shiba and Angry. His signature fighting tactics is breaking the joints of his opponents. Since he is younger one, he is dissatisfied by how others perceive him as the weaker brother. Rindo is also very blunt and arrogant. He is extremely confident in his strength, which can cause him to make reckless decisions. This has lost him at least a fight. On the 6th number, the character name is Ran Haitani. Ran Haitani is a part of S62 generation, a former Tenjuku's Heavenly King, and is currently Rokuhara Tadai's number 2. He becomes a Bonten executive in an alternate timeline, and often displays a calm yet whimsical demeanor with a lazy smile on his face, believing that they don't need a team. He has great determination in ruling over Roppongi along with his little brother Rindo Haitani. Ran can also get teasing and quite cocky at times. He enjoys speaking for sympathy when asking for forgiveness from his opponents. Ran often resorts to underhanded methods like using a baton to hit his opponents. Although his true fighting prowess has yet to be revealed, he is recognized as a superior brother though. On the 5th number, the character name is Ken Ryoguji. Ken Ryoguji or Draken is a vice president and one of the founding members of Tokyo Manji gang. Like the president, vice president Draken is also quite the wild individual. He loves a good fight and relishes meeting strong opponents. He is rude to those he considers beneath him and makes it clear that he does not like them. As Toman's vice captain, Draken's fighting prowess is incredibly fearsome. When he is hit in the head by a metal pole, he is still able to stand and defeat 20 opponents. His recovery is remarkably quick as he quickly heads right back into battle when reinforcement shortly arrives. He even survives a life-threatening knife wound. With his immense strength, Draken prefers to fight like a brawler, using simple yet powerful vicious kicks and punches. He has knocked down some of the formidable opponents just with the help of his kicks and punches. On the 4th number, the character name is Izana Kurokawa. Izana Kurokawa was the former 8th leader of the Black Dragon and former president of Tenjiku. He was also one of the main antagonists of the Tenjiku arc. Izana had the possibility of being the kind of compassionate elder brother he was when he left Emma, but due to his years alone, he became ruthless and cruel. Not only he has become mentally unstable, but he strives for absolute power due to being helpless as a child, and now he has hate for his siblings. Izana Kurokawa is the leader of Tenjiku, which means he has command over all of his subordinates. He is shown to be the strongest member in the entire Tenjiku gang and is also shown to be able to fight with Sano Manjiro, going back and forward at first but got overpowered shortly after. On the 3rd number, the character name is Terano South. South Terano is the leader of Rokuhara Tandai. Terano has great confidence due to his beliefs in his overwhelming strength. He has a very short temper and will quickly lash out violently if provoked. He seems to like music, namely classic, as he has made multiple music references and shouts music terms while fighting. He is one of the 3 deities denoting the 3 most influential and powerful delinquents following the Tokyo Manji's gang disbandment. Terano is claimed to be on par with the invincible Maki. He has immense physical strength, being able to hold and throw Inui with one hand while steering his motorcycle with the other. His blows has enough power to knock the sturdy Draken staggering. And on the 2nd number, the character name is Kawaragi Senju. Senju Kawaragi, real name Senju Akashi, is the leader of delinquent gang Brahman, which is formed 2 years after the Tokyo Manji gang's disbandment and Tokyo Sengoku period. Senju is a sly and cunning individual. she chooses to have her right-hand man lead her gang as a decoy, preferring sneaky attacks. This makes her direct foil to her counterpart South Terano, who likes attention and head-on fights. As the leader of one of the strongest gang after the Toman's disbandment, Senju has command over an incredible fearsome fighting force. In addition, she has the allegiance of Black Dragon's founders, who are extremely powerful in their own right. Senju fights in a nimble and acrobatic style, befitting her small stature. She can execute high-level moves such as doing flipping axe kick. By her own account, she is definitely stronger than her brothers. And on the first number, the character name is, it's our invincible Maki-kun. Maki is the founder member and the leader of the Tokyo Manji gang. Maki is usually a carefree teenager who loves to joke around and play pranks around those who he considers as his close friends. He cares for them greatly and is determined to protect their honor. He rarely shows any signs of weaknesses though, as he believes himself to be the foundation and the support of Toman. And if the pillar himself were to display weakness, Toman would eventually be weakened. Unlike most delinquents, Maki has actual martial art experience that was honed into him ever since he was a child. He was also recognized as a prodigy. Due to this, his fighting sense, flexibility and reflexes are unparalleled. His signature and finishing move is a high right roundhouse kick that is executed at a blinding speed of the opponent's temple, which has caught all of the strongest opponents off guard. It hooks the opponent's head and slams them into the ground. Almost all of the people who are hit by this kick gets knocked down instantly. And that's why Maki or Sano Manjiro is one of the most powerful members of the Tokyo Manji gang, and not just the Tokyo Manji gang but in the whole series of the Tokyo Revengers. And that was it. That was for today's video guys. That was the video about top 20 strongest members from Tokyo Revengers manga. What are your thoughts about this video? Let me know what do you think, what should be their rank numbers according to you. Comment down below and let me know about your thoughts in the comment section down below. And that was for today's video guys. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I post daily anime content about top 10 top 5 listings, anime reviews, recommendations, news, theories and all sorts of anime content on daily basis. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and that was it, and I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.